How you doing today? This is Charles with 7883 SEO and Marketing here in Colorado Springs. It was good to talk to you guys yesterday on the phone. I don't know if it was a receptionist or who it was, but thank you very much for letting me do this customized video for you guys. So a little about myself. I'm the owner of 783 SEO and Marketing here in Colorado Springs. And basically what I do is I look for underbuilt websites that could be ranking better organically. And the reason that is pretty obvious. The more traffic you have that comes to your website, then the better the chance that you have to increase business through, conversion. Obviously, you would have to seal the deal, but if we can bring more traffic, then inherently we can bring in more business. So right now I'm looking at your website, and the front page is done pretty well overall. I noticed that your website is being taken care of by another company, which you commonly see with firms. And what this does, it allows you guys to take a hands-free approach to your marketing, and letting another company do it at a discount. The problem is doing it that way, they generally, all they do is they charge you a small fee and they build your website nice and pretty, but they're not doing any of the back page optimization that is required to bring traffic to your site. So an example of this is what we call optimization content. So word content. Google crawls website pages. Every website that's out there, they crawl them and they rank them accordingly. And one of the ranking factors that Google looks for is how much word content you have. And within that word content, they're looking for specific keywords to your niche. So in your guys' case, it is CPA or accounting. In this particular search, I actually used accounting, Colorado Springs. And so I can see right here, it is a nice site, but it's underbuilt with not a lot of word content. Google likes to see around 12 to 1,500 words on the front page with all of its keywords in it, all the photos optimized and all tagged and things of that nature. And we're just not seeing that here. Now, subsequent pages, Google likes to see 5 to 750 words. And so it's a little bit underbuilt. I mean, this isn't anything that can't be fixed, because it can be. It's just, it needs to be kind of power boosted a little bit. So what I want to do, and this, show you the example of what I'm talking about and show you the traffic you're bringing in. So I'm going to pull up the biggest competitor for the keyword that I pulled up on my computer here in Colorado Springs, and it happens to be Sakura CPA. And so their authority score is not too bad. Google likes them. They've been around for a little while, fairly well established. And what that does is, it's got the backlinks, which is the SEO, and the referring domains, which could be citations, could be blogs, could be news articles or industry publications, things of that nature that are naturally driving traffic. And so Sakura is getting right now, they're getting 377 search traffic organically a month. And part of that reason, obviously, is their authority score, their backlinks. But then we can also look at their top organic words, which is super important. Without these, which this goes into the SEO portion, you're not going to go anywhere. So if we look up, say, CPA Colorado Springs, so their volume for this past month is 480. If we look up tax accountant in Colorado Springs, that's 140. Accountants, Colorado Springs, 210. Colorado Springs CPA, 70. Tax prep, 260. So I mean, this goes on and on. They've done a really good job with their SEO and using a lot of keywords. But there's kind of a trick to that, because you can't just throw in keywords. If you use them too many times, Google smacks your hand for it. There is an actual ratio to this. So this is your top competitor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring your guys' site up. And so your guys' authority score is slightly lower, which means Google doesn't trust you guys quite as much. Your backlinking is okay, but what this is telling me based on your backlinks and referring domain, but the lack of organic traffic. What this is telling me is that you may have the backlinks, but these are coming from your hosting site, so that company you're using, and I don't want to state their name and get sued, so I'm not going to state them, but they're on the footer of your website homepage. But these backlinks are coming through them, so that's the only reason that they're connected to you, and they're not naturally driving any traffic to you guys, which is not good. You essentially need all your own referring domains, citations, backlinks, things of that nature. Your top organic keywords is 82. It's a little bit less. As we pull this up, we can kind of take a look at some of the ones you've got. You've got one of your biggest performers here is CPA Colorado Springs is a 480, small business accountant 50, but then we've got keywords in here that really don't make any sense, that shouldn't be here, but yet they are, and they're attached to your website. Weather 80904, 80924 weather, things of that nature. That's not supposed to be in your website. So that's bad. That means somebody didn't do their job with their keywords. The keywords are in your website. So the last thing I want to do is go over here in what we call a citation, which is a form of a backlink. So in this instance, your site is actually okay with higher citations than your competitor, and then you still both have a lot of opportunities. And even within here, we can actually click in to yours, and we can tell you your opportunities and where you can go to get registered and do things like that. So overall, you guys are good there, but you're lacking healthy, I guess would be the word, healthy referring domains, healthy backlinks. And that's the thing, backlinks aren't created equal. So just because, you could have 1,500 backlinks, but if they're not relevant to what you guys are doing, which in this case is CPA, then it's not going to drive traffic, because that's not what people are looking for. And, I don't have to tell you, as far as conversions and picking up new clients, organic search traffic is important. It's one thing for, a company to come out and seek you out by name, word of mouth, but what happens if the word of mouth closes? What happens if Google Maps, some new company gets ranked on Google Maps, things like that? You can't always depend on that. You need organic rankings. It can't be taken away from you once you have it. So it's super important, but there's a lot of sites that lack it. Other than that, that's basically the gist of where your guys' website stands right now and why you guys aren't ranking first page. And I found you on Google Map Packs. I found you guys near the bottom of the first page on Google Maps. So even there, you guys could use a little bit of work there to be, top 3. Ideally that's where you want to be. That's, the reason, because, the reason is inherently as humans, we get on our cell phone, we put in a search, we're pretty lazy. So 9 times out of 10, we're going to get, whatever we search. I could put hot dogs Colorado Springs in there, and I'm going to look at one of the hot dog shops, on the first page. I'm not going to scan 10 pages to find a place to go get a Chicago dog. So, it's important to have that ranking. It's important to be seen pretty much immediately. So if you guys want to talk, I'm going to leave my phone number in the email. I'd love to sit down with you guys, dive deep for 10 or 15 minutes, talk about the direction of your business and what you guys want to see happen, what your goals are, what your thoughts and feelings are. And if you guys are interested, then give me a call. Otherwise, thank you for your time and have a great day.